Are you stuck working from home right now? Are you looking to upgrade your live stream game for YouTube or Twitch? Maybe you're stuck using Zoom video conferencing right now and you want to up the video and audio quality. The problem is you don't want to break the bank. I have a solution and it's going to cost you just less than $600. Let's go ahead, talk about that solution next. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Brian the Camera Guy, and on my channel I review Sony camera gear and provide camera solutions to help increase your video performance, just like this video. If that's something you're into, consider hitting the subscribe button and that bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Today's video is all about helping you improve that live stream video quality. Make sure you stick around till the end of the video, as I'm going to give you some audio solutions that will help ensure that you get that crispy audio. And if at any point in the video you want to check out more about any of the products I talk about, I'll put links down in the description below. Sitting behind me, I do have my live stream setup. I've been using it now for about 2 weeks, as I've been using Zoom video conference to meet up with my entire team at my 8 to 5 job. First thing we need to talk about is a camera. Now, call me a Sony fanboy, but I've been using Sony products for well over 5 years. I can tell you that the Sony APS-C camera line is going to be one of your best options to help get you some great live streaming capabilities. Most of the cameras in this line are going to give you a clean HDMI feed out. That means that you're going to get video without having all of this stuff around the edge of the screen. And that's super important when you're doing live streaming, because you don't want your viewers being distracted by all the stuff on the outside of the screen. So let's talk about the cheapest budget camera that you can get in this line. It's the Sony a5100. This camera, if you bought it brand new, is gonna run you about $550. That's gonna include a standard kit lens. It's gonna give you the 16 to 50 millimeter that has a 3.5 to a 5.6 aperture. Now, you can pick up this camera used for about $350. And again, I'll put links down in the description below, so you can easily find some of these used options. Now, this camera is going to give you 1080p quality at either 24, 30, or 60 frames per second. Now, when you're live streaming, generally you're going to be looking to live stream around 60 frames per second at 1080p. You don't really need 4K. 4K is going to crush your computer and make it very hard for your stream to go out. 1080p is plenty good enough. Some people even think that maybe you should be live streaming at only 720p. I'll leave that up to you, but 1080 is going to be more than enough to give you a good quality live stream. This is also a great content creation camera, because even though it only films in 1080p, most people are going to be watching your content on a cell phone. Most cell phones will run YouTube at about 720p. The problem is that this camera only has a 29-minute record limit. So when you plug it in with power, you're going to want to make sure that at least every 25 minutes you're doing something to the screen, so this way it doesn't time out on you. The good news is that this camera has a 180 flip up screen, so you can actually frame up yourself before you ever jump into your live streaming software. Now, if you want to upgrade from this camera and maybe look at a little bit of a higher end option, you also have the 3 newest APS-C camera from Sony. They're all going to give you that clean video out, and we're talking about the Sony a6100, the a6400, and of course the a6600. All 3 of these cameras are going to be great options, and they do give you that 4K video quality if you're looking to do more than just live streaming. Now, the a6400 and 6600 will give you the ability to do 1080p at 120 frames per second. Downside with these 3 cameras is there's not a whole lot of used options out there. The a5100's been out for quite a while now, and some people have definitely upgraded from that camera. So you can easily find some used copies of this. But if you're going to upgrade to one of these options, you're going to be looking at possibly paying for the a6100 $750 to $850 to get the camera with the kit lens. Or the a6400 is going to run you just below $1,000, where the a6600, which also has a better battery, is going to run you just under $1,200. All 3 of these cameras are going to be great options, but when you're doing live streaming, if that's all you're using your camera for, you really don't need more than the a5100. That camera is going to be perfectly fine to do all live streaming. Now, I've been using the a6400 as my primary video camera for well over a year, and I can tell you that this camera is really good. I've actually done several reviews on it. I'll go ahead and link that up in the cards above and put links down in the description below. Now, I also have another upgrade option for you. I can tell you that if you want to get that blurry background, which will help create some subject separation when you're doing these live streams, I highly recommend picking up the Sigma 16mm f1.4. This lens is exceptional, and it may be the best prime lens that you can get for the Sony APS-C camera line. It's going to work on all 4 of these cameras that I've mentioned, especially the a5100. It's going to give you better image quality, as of course the body of the camera doesn't necessarily matter when it comes to image quality. It's more about the lenses, and the better the lens, the better the quality. I'm actually filming right now on the a6400 and the Sigma 16mm. If I were filming with the a5100, the quality would look just as good, because this lens is absolutely phenomenal. The downside with picking up this lens is it's going to cost you almost as much as picking up the A50-100. It's gonna run right around $400, but it will give you that blurry background. It's gonna help your viewers actually see you, and it's gonna make you look a lot crisper and a lot sharper. If you wanna see a full review on the Sigma 16mm f1.4, I'll go ahead, link that up in the cards above and down in the description below. Now you can go out and buy the most expensive camera on the market, but here's the problem. The problem is if you don't have good lighting, it's not gonna make a difference. Lighting makes the biggest difference when it comes to video quality. Now, I've been using a ring light that was sent to me by a company named Pixel. Now, I've done a review on that, and of course I'll link that up in the cards above as well, but this ring light is really awesome because I can dial in my temperature, and I can also dial in the amount of brightness that I want. It goes all the way from 1 to 100. Right now, in the background, I do have it. Generally, when I'm sitting in front of it, I only need it as high as 8 to 13. Now, right now it is set at only 1%, and as you can see, the camera really picks up some of that bright light. Now, the beauty of having a ring light, a lot of them will come with a tripod screw, so you can actually screw your camera right into this tripod and then mount it right in the middle of the ring light. That's gonna help give you some even lighting all over your face. Unlike the lighting I have right now, where I have shadow on this side and light on this side. When you're live streaming, you wanna make sure that the people can see your face clearly, especially if you're doing work conference calls. You don't want to look like maybe you're a shady character or you're trying to do something fancy. You want to make sure that you have good lighting so people can see your face and see what you're conveying. Your message is important, and you don't want your lighting to be something that distracts them. Now, the downside with having a ring light is that it's probably going to run you anywhere from about $100 to $150. Like I said, I'll put links down in the description below. You can check out a couple ring light options that I'm going to put down there. Maybe you don't want to spend that kind of money. And I was lucky enough to have this actually sent out to me. If you don't have that ability and you have to go on by your own light, I'm going to suggest something like the Aperture M9. This was sent to me by Aperture as a congratulations for hitting a certain subscriber amount. So thank you, Aperture, for sending that out. This light is really good. It's not gonna break the bank. You can pick up this light for about $45. Let me go ahead and show you what this light looks like. It's really tiny. It can fit right into your hot shoot of any one of these cameras. It also comes with two different color diffusers. You got a blue and you got an orange. And you also get a diffuser that's gonna soften up the light. The beauty of this thing is I love it uses magnets. So it's really small, compact. You can just magnetize whatever you want onto this thing. It's gonna go ahead and soften up the light. It also has on the side here an on-off switch along with a brightness level. So you can turn this down or you can turn this up as bright as you want. You can easily control the light output coming out of it. It also comes with a USB cable, so you can hook this directly into your computer and get constant power all day long. It also comes with the hot shoe mounters, so you can easily just slide this into your hot shoot and throw your light up in the middle here, and you're gonna be good to go. You're gonna have better lighting than no lighting at all. Now, you could always sit in front of a window. As you can see behind me, I do have a window, but I usually keep that shade down and I keep my lighting on. It also comes in this handy little pouch, easy to carry. You can actually clip it right onto your bag. It's really a great light, and I really thank Aperture. Now, don't forget that you're gonna need a tripod if you don't use a ring light, so make sure you pick up a cheap tripod. You don't need anything super fancy. You just need something that's gonna hold the camera behind the monitors. Now, before I go ahead and tell you the secret tool that puts this all together, do me a favor. If you're finding value in this video, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you have any questions or comments at any point, feel free to use that comment box down below, or you can send me a private message through Twitter, or you can DM me on Instagram. I'll link to both of those down in the description below. Now, we have to talk about the magic that puts this all together. Now, you're gonna need something that transmits the information from your camera to your computer. What you're gonna need is you're gonna need a video capture card. Now, unfortunately, the camera and the computer cannot talk without a video capture card. Now, I have two options here to recommend, and both of them are gonna come to you from a company called Elgato. Now, the first one is your budget option. That's the Elgato CamLink 4K. This thing is gonna run you about $130. It plugs right into a USB port, and you're gonna have to run an HDMI cable from the CamLink 4K to your camera. Now, all these cameras do take a micro HDMI cable, which means that you're gonna want a full HDMI cable to micro HDMI adapter cable. You can easily pick up one of those through Amazon. Now, the solution I went with is the Elgato HD60s capture card. Now, this capture card does have a USB-C output, and that you run from the capture card to your computer, and it plugs into an HDMI 3 port. And then you take your HDMI cable and you plug it in right here, and you run it going from here to the camera. Now, it also has an HDMI out port. If you don't have live streaming software, or you want to monitor exactly what is being outputted, you want to run that right to a monitor, that's what you want to use that HDMI out port. It also has an audio port, so if you have a microphone that you want to use as almost like a shotgun microphone, you can definitely do that. But I do have a better audio solution coming up for you in a minute. Now this thing is going to run you about $170. Now it is going to capture 1080p video at either 30 frames or 60 frames per second. And again, remember, 4K is not something that you necessarily need. Sometimes a 4K signal can push out too much of a bit rate and you'll get that stuttery effect for your viewers. And you don't want that to happen. So 1080p is going to be plenty good enough. So that will get you going. That's your basic setup. But let's say you want to go ahead and improve that audio quality, because at the end of the day, video is only 50% when audio is the other 50%. And it can be just as important. The last thing you want is to be live streaming or doing these conference calls and people can't hear you. So I do have several audio solution options that I'm ready to present to you right now. First up are the Blue Yeti and the Blue Snowball. Both are USB condenser microphones and will give you great audio quality coming straight into your live stream. These are really simple. They're plug and play. You're able to easily just plug right from either one of these microphones into a USB port on your computer, and your audio is immediately going to be better. So let's talk about the Blue Snowball first. This is a small condenser microphone that is going to run you just under $70. If you want to upgrade to the Blue Yeti, that's going to be about $130. Now that's going to give you some volume options. It's also going to give you a headphone jack so you can use headphones while you're using your microphone. You don't want to use the Blue Yeti lines? Then you can always use something like the Rode NT USB. I ended up picking up one of these, and this is going to run you about $170. Now it does have a headphone jack. It also has some volume options here, so you can turn the volume up and down for your headphones, and you can also monitor, do you want more of the computer coming at you or do you want more of the microphone? Like I said, this is $170, but there is an option that is $100, and that's the brand new Rode NT USB Mini. All four of these options are going to be great options, and you're not going to go wrong with either one. Feel free to pick the one that is available, as I do know at the time of this video, a lot of these microphones are currently unavailable due to the current situation of the country. So now we've talked about everything you need. So you can get a used Sony a5100 for about $350. So you can get the Aperture M9 for about $45. You can get the Blue Snowball for about $70. And then finally, if you can pick up the Elgato Camlink 4K, that's going to run you about $130. Altogether, everything's going to total up to $595. So there you go. There is your $600 option to get you up live streaming with better video, better image quality than your standard laptop camera. Now, if you have any questions or comments, make sure you use that comment box down below. Or like I said, you can send me a private message on Twitter or DM me on Instagram. Now, if you like this video, I'm sure you're going to like the video on the screen now. Go ahead, click on that video now, and I'll see you in that next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Brian, out.